Welcome back to the VTuber News. This is Salvi, the one who resides on the right side of your screen most of the time, and I'm here now just to remind you guys that I do have a goal for, at the very least, until my birthday in June. I would love to be able to reach 20k subscribers, so if you could please subscribe and continue to watch these videos whenever you have a chance, I would really appreciate it. Just a small reminder, of course, and do enjoy the rest of the video. Are they going to be merged? That is the big question that is happening right now when it comes to Nijisanji EN, who is an overseas branch of Nijisanji Project. They are the English-speaking branch. They were pretty big back in the day. They have dropped a lot, and that is what I'm going to show you guys. This is the latest quarter 4 earnings report from Nijisanji EN from fiscal year 2024 to now of fiscal year 2026. They have dropped 60% from just 2025 to 2026. They have dropped around 30-something%. So they have dropped a lot. They have dropped way more than you would expect. So like 60% or over 60% since 2024. This is not negligible, but it is worrying some people into thinking, because remember, Indonesia, Nijisanji Indonesia was a thing. They got merged into JP. Korea was a thing, it got merged into JP. India was a thing, it got merged into JP as well, because the numbers weren't there for them. In this case, there are still some people that are making good numbers when it comes to income, things like that, but the company as a whole is not. And that's what leads me to what I'm talking about. Are they going to be merged? I don't honestly think so. Just my opinion before I show you what another VTuber, an actual Nijisanji VTuber has said. I don't think so. 1.9 billion yen is still a lot of money. It's not as much as they made before with almost 5 billion yen, but it is a lot of money. Nijisanji JP makes almost 50 times the money. Like it makes, well, 25 times at least the amount of money that Nijisanji EN does. So that's why they're not really being openly managed by middle to upper management, but they are, of course, still around making them enough money. If their money was like more like in the millions of yen, probably at that point, because that's probably what ID was. And we're going to take a look at what Wilson says. Yuki Wilson says, no, Rima-chan, EN is not getting merged. By that logic, Crisis was always merged because he had merged with the heroes. Just be patient, there's good stuff on the way. This is through Yuki Wilson here. And here we go. This is his message here. Rima-chan, thanks for chatting it and clearing it up, Willie. Hope it puts those who are worried minds at ease. Thank you for clearing it. Generally never even seen the rumor, but I don't know who would think that. Thank you for defeating Rima-chan. So yeah, a lot of people are, wondering. People thought this. Of course, no offense. People were generally worried, but guys, please. I feel this eye roll. But yeah, it is so far doing well enough that they will not merge it. No need to merge something that's half merged, the half that benefits the company. EN getting merged never made any sense to me. It's understandable what they did to IDKR, because how low their numbers were compared to EN. Yes, I know the EN numbers aren't doing great either, but this is either the last frontier of overseas branch. Merging them is like them giving up on expanding their overseas market. True, if just for ego, they wouldn't do it. Which has already died since the Lens Shock, but which is the reason why, as I showed you here, the numbers have dropped to 2024. This was the Selen era. And then after that, it just dropped because people just gave up at that point. There's still the last remaining of their overseas strategy, but that's just my 2 cents. EN merging would mean any color has given up on their overseas expansion, and that would not be a good look in front of their investors who are begging for them to expand overseas. Sure as hell ain't happening either. I have been doom posting about Niji EN for merging for 2 years. Realize that it will never happen. Any color will keep it for as long as it takes. So they still have something good to tell their shareholders. Yeah, it's going to stay as very least, like if it's not losing the money, but at the very least it's not going in the negative and red too much, they will keep it because, yeah, it keeps their ego up. And number 2, the investors absolutely will want to see that continue. The fact that it was even acknowledged directly means that perhaps there's a little smoke that someone had to deny the rumor, but we'll see. Some fans have been tweeting about being worried about a merger because Niji is bringing back merch sales that have both JP and EN. They used to do this a long time ago and just brought it back recently, so it's pretty much just new fans stressing over nothing. But yeah, it's not going to happen. In my opinion, it's not going to happen. Like I said before, yes, they have lost over 60%. Over 60% from their heyday of back in the day. But here's the thing. While EN has been losing, as you're seeing here, JP has been growing from 26 billion to 40 billion and now 53 billion in these last 3 years. So they haven't even lost that much from Nijisanji EN compared to their heyday. At least not enough to counteract the huge gains of pretty much double what they used to make in 2024, now in 2026. So that is, for JP at least. So that is the reason why I don't think it's going to merge anytime soon. You guys let me know, though. What do you think? Ooh, subliminal messaging. Follow the squirrel. Subscribe to the squirrel. This is not a psyop. This is just me being a dumbass. Ooh, subscribe, subscribe. She is getting attacked, and they are attempting to cancel her for something that she said online while playing a game, which is nowadays not unexpected for people against Phase Connect. We're talking about Daisy Dokuro, a female English language VTuber associated with Phase Connect's second wave of Phase Invaders, along with Ember Amane and Jelly Hoshiyumi. That is the look there. Her community, I believe, is called the Love Bugs, and we have this here, which is that Phase Connect exclusively hire bigots. Here's DC Dokuro's dog whistling during a game reveal. Again, dog whistle, for those people who don't know, is a veiled or a not open way of saying something that is allegedly racist, or it is in some way, shape, or form, you know, either sexist, racist, misogynistic, etc. Usually on the racist side. And that is what they allege. This is what's alleged against DZ Dokuro in this case. It is basically trying to say something bad without actually saying it there. She just is probably just saying something normal, something that's not really needing to be seen in the way that these people see it. But as you know, after the whole Jelly Hoshiyumi thing and then Clara thing that happened, people are really against anything that happens with Phase Connect. Let's take a listen to see exactly what has everybody in such a tizzy.
Are these the migrant workers?
There's what people think is a dog whistle. This is during the reveal of the new God of War.
Is this... Is this what happens when you stop segregation?
Again, she's not saying anything. She's just trying to be funny. She's not saying anything like dog whistling or anything like that. That would be the most horrible dog whistle to exist in the face of humanity if she actually meant it. That is like not dog whistling. That is like saying it direct. So I don't think she's actually saying anything that is meant to offend here. It can be offensive, absolutely, in the way it's said, but it's like, remember, she's in Canada. And also, she makes these kinds of jokes all the time. Not this type of jokes, but that kind of level of jokes, where it's kind of a little on the edgy side.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
It's on the edgy side, but...
I wasn't expecting an actual person of color. My bad.
Again, edgy, not meant to be...
My bad.
R
My
or
bad.
anything. So yeah, that is what people are going insane about. Not so much a dog whistle, she just up and says it. Less of a dog whistle and more of an air horn. That's what people are saying. And she may have flown too close to the sun, in my opinion. It's another one of those moments where depending on the situation, again, it always depends on the situation. Has she been saying this thing for the whole Summer Games Fest or whatever this was a part of? Has she been making these jokes all day? Are these parts of the jokes going on in chat? Is it, you know, part of a whole shtick she's doing? That is things that you have to look at. These are, I am a Latino. I am not excusing these words. I am just saying, when it comes to VTubers, we're a bit of idiots sometimes. Take it when you have to take it in context. You could say context doesn't effing matter. That's true. I mean, in many cases, that's true when you're being outwardly, you know, discriminatory towards other people. But in this case, I think, honestly, it's not as big of a gotcha as these people think it is. And continuing here, there's little R in Skyrim, and people are upset about this. Oh yeah, the Argonians. People absolutely hate the Argonians, and they hate a lot of other races in there. There's like in the Elder Scrolls, holy moly. The game of Skyrim, why it doesn't matter what's inside Skyrim. The issue is, you mean, our joke literally directly connected to IRL based on the context of the color, skin color. Fictional R in a race in a video game. You're comparing that to real life. The reason they will never break into 1% of the market share. God, she's boring as S. Why is she forcing that topic onto this trailer? Has nothing to do with it. Was she trying to be funny? A dog whistle is supposed to have a hidden meaning with enough leeway for racists to say it's just a joke if pushed. Nah, she's openly saying it. You need to hide when you're know you're among equals. Nah, she's being a racist, and that's the sad part. Sad part is that she seems so profoundly boring one to watch. That's the worst kind of racist you can be. Can't even laugh at these ones. It seems to be all the edgelords and racists over there. They know what side of the internet they are pandering to and hire based on that, it seems. That's what I'm taking more of. She is being more of an edgelord when it comes to this. Like, kind of like an edgy teen type of thing. Not meant to really be discriminatory. Of course, the words can still hurt, but I would take it more as her just being, like, being too edgy and edging too close to the sun. That sounds like a wrong thing, but you know what I mean. She flew too close to the sun, and her wings got burned. Her wings of wax melted. Disappointing, because I remember Dizzy once told a very real personal story about being the victim of profiling by the police. She had bought some cookies from the store but didn't bring a bag with her, and it was one of those pay 25 cents for a plastic bag kind of places, so she decided just to carry them out. Car stops her, grills her for a while, searches her bag, finally lets her go because she has the receipt. Basically, it tells her she looks suspicious because she was carrying the item without a bag. Makes some offhanded remark about Asians. The cop was clearly on a fishing expedition looking for something to tag her with, so she understands what it's like to get that kind of treatment. So why would she perpetuate it? Again, she was being too edgy. If anything, she's very guilty of being too edgy. Nowadays, in 2026, you have to be very careful what you say, very careful what you do. For example, let me give you a very good example. I have a car in Forza Horizon 6 that I won in a raffle, one of the auctions. It says ICE on the side of it. I use it as a running joke. I am a Latino. I use it as a running joke. I would be canceled in the internet if people knew about it other than here. I find it funny because I just treat it as like, hey, I'm actually carrying ice in here. I am the ice van, but I do know the implications of there. I'm not trying to minimize any of the implications of there. But yes, I'm edgy as well when it comes to those things. Those type of jokes would not fly though. Remember Cha-Cha? She had a type of joke like that. It does not fly. Do I care that people will get pissed off at it? No, I'm a Latino. I know the struggles of our people, but sometimes it's good to, you know, it makes it less fearful if you make fun of it in that case though, I can understand why people are frustrated about it. It's either she's an actual R testing the waters, or she's another Pipper wannabe who tells edgy jokes. I think she's just someone who does edgy jokes, honestly. It's really fascinating to see some of the members like Dizzy and Jelly go so hard into this bigot S. Dizzy knows nothing what happened to her, how close to the fish she is. It's lame garbage. People should be calling them out on it more. Bro, I can't take this seriously, this one, because she never acted like this in Sundaria a single time. And 2 in this clip, she's stuttering, and you can tell she pauses. She's trying to think of the next thing to say. Secondhand embarrassment of seeing someone try to be edgy hurts. That's the thing. It's not coming from her chest. She ain't saying it with her chest. She's saying it as an edgy thing, in my opinion. I could be wrong. You guys let me know, and you guys let me know if I went too far with the other thing that I mentioned about me having an ice fan. You know, I just have icicles, and I'm bringing people cold drinks. That's all I'm saying. Man, dog whistling standards are down the drain these days. What far right thinks is subtle. See, he's violently antagonizing this man that reminds of me of minorities. What do you mean I'm racist? And you know, girl can't even say it without stuttering. Venture Bros had a person of color joke when a bunch of supervillains are arguing for more representation among the leadership. African-American mercenary looking guy says, I'd like more people of color in the council, followed by a purple baseball player supervillain who yells, yeah, more people of color as well. That's funny, and not the dog whistle. This is not and is. So people are still saying it's very much a dog whistle, that people should stop sponsoring them. From a game trailer God of War Lofe during Sony's State of Play. Oh, the State of Play. Sorry, it wasn't Summer Games Fest. It was State of Play. Stream VOD link, and there you go. People actually went through and put everything here. These MFers cross the borders. At what part of the story do you call ice? This is what happens when you let the orcs in. On God, this is Europe, Sweden. So some people are actually being a little not edgy anymore. Some people are actually being serious, but it also could be, you know, edginess in the community. I think she just went a little too close to the sun. And during these times, that is tough. That's why I don't make the joke that I mentioned before. That's why I never put that on the internet, other than this story here on the internet, that I had that van in Forza Horizon 6. I see it as funny. My chat side is funny, but if I put it out there, some people are extremely sensitive and won't see the joke. That's why you have to be very careful what you do, very careful what you say. I do agree that maybe she went a little too far, but beyond that, yeah, I don't think she was being intentionally discriminatory, intentionally going against people of color, intentionally going against migrants, that type of thing. She just thought it was funny, kind of like a kid thinks those things are funny, or a teenager thinks it's funny. It's not really funny for a lot of people, but I think that's more what it was, like a teenager type of thing. Even though she's definitely not a teenager, I think she's closer to like hag territory in the good sense. Like 30-year-old plus, they're called hags in the good sense in VTubing. I think she's more that territory. But she went a little too teeny, a little bit too much of a teen, and a little too teen edge. But, of course, you guys let me know what you think down below. Ravenna, a member of V-Bimbo and Heirs, has, well, aired out a bit of dirty laundry going out there for someone that used to exist, but now is no longer a part of Twitter because they got destroyed in this whole thing. Hello, since I'm unable to message you anywhere, this is my last option at It's Mono. Please do not trace over my artwork that I commissioned and use it daily to promote your services. Remove it from your VGen and stop tracing artwork. These are legit my wings in the background. You didn't even try to hide it. And like he didn't even change the background. What you could have done for, reasons, what you could have done is change some of the foreground, change some of the background there. You could have done that, but you didn't. And that is why it's easy to know it's traced. And here he goes. Oh no, movie star. That's messed up. Why do people do that? So who's the real one? For the first one, my OC is the real one. It was commissioned in 2025. Not to mention the random fishnets. Yeah, the random ass fishnets there. Tracing on VGen. Can't imagine their VGen lasts much longer. And the account is gone. LMAO, good riddance. It's bad rubbish. People are mentioning here, looking at them up. They are a scam account. Everything has different art styles. This part being days apart. You can't tell. You can tell when she's tracing her actual art. So that's the issue. If you are experimenting, let's say you're starting out with being an artist or what have you, and you're experimenting, you want to see what new things, what style fits you, so you can try different art styles. That's normal. But if you are at the point where you are trying to make it a business, or at least trying to get income, by that time usually you already have an art style that has been established. You already have an art style that you want to use, and you have, for consistency's sake, you want that if you're going to have a VGen or other things out there. And they got eaten alive, like I said before. Over here, talking to a friend about this massive red flags when someone's lying about their VTuber mama. She made posts telling people directly I have so many VTuber children, but she's looking at her VGen and posts, she's not done a single VTuber model. And down here, not prepared to be this many VTuber kids' mother at such a young age. And over here, real as a VTuber parent myself, sometimes I sit there and like, wait, I really designed this little creature and made them move. The power he holds is actually insane. So they're adding themselves to a community that they allegedly don't belong to. Scam artist alert is tracing other artists' work and using AI to alter or make backgrounds. So they are alleged to have making AI. Ravenna said just tracing, but more than likely maybe tracing with AI is what people are saying now. She blocked Raven before Raven even knew she existed, and she's still setting her traced AI art. Yikes, definitely avoid. Reported her to VGen since AI use is not allowed, or tracing either. Yeah, because VGen is a more, it's a one that you use instead of using Fiverr. Like I used to use Fiverr back in the past, in 2020 and such, but it's less trustworthy now with a lot of AI usage. VGen is one of the more trustworthy areas where you can actually not worry about that. So I knew there was something fishy when she was pushing me to commission her after told I was literally in debt. Glad I trusted my gut. OMG, not them pushing you to calm them. So sorry. Your guts are usually right. She was doing the same to me. So yeah, a lot of people were getting pressured allegedly by this person here. And this was the one before about the red flag was as a response to Lunaris. And yeah, there's a lot of consistencies too. Scrutinized her other art and could see that most of it was either traced, heavily referenced, or used AI because her art style was not consistent like some of her chibis. And that's the main thing that a lot of people are having. It's just, it really is not good to have AI art or traced art. They allegedly answered here, that's what I'm assuming, because it was deleted by post author. Pardon, but a question, why do you say you're from USA when your location says both Southeast Asia? So that's making people think, yeah, we're most likely a little bit more on the scam side. Where are some artists with unique, creepy art styles? Please drop your VGens below. Please don't DM me or add me on Discord. Thanks. Let's not promote it. And then they responded, it's mono. And let's not promote traced art. Better yet, let's trace art. Let's not trace art at all. And that's the thing that is annoys a lot of people in the art community. Tracing art. If you're going to look at other people's art and kind of get ideas of what you want, or maybe the art style you want to use. Then go ahead, get inspired by other people, get inspired by other designs. It happens a lot in the VTuber community. Designs are very much inspired by other people out there. Absolutely. So it is not new for there to be inspired designs from other folks. It's just make it your own eventually. Eventually find your art style, make it your own, change things around in some way, shape, or form in order to do it for yourself. That's the main thing people want. But yeah, this was a big bit of art drama that I was not expecting on this day. Hololive Productions is the management agency of all the VTubers in Hololive and Holostars, JP, EN, etc. They are the VTuber agency that controls all of them. And today we are talking about this. We are talking about Hololive Night 2026 in Taipei. They've done a lot of things in Taipei, Taiwan, because they are popular in Taipei, Taiwan. And we have, it's going to be Hosho Marin, Koyori, Kiara, Hakos Bales, and Kikiara Vivi. And here we go with, it's going to be at the Taipei Dome, July 21st to 22nd. The venue is Tianmu Baseball Stadium. Again, the Hololive Night. They've done this before with Dodgers. In this case, they are doing it with the Dragons again. They had done it with the Dragons before in Taiwan, and this time they're doing it once more in July 21st through 22nd. We're going here. It is Cover Corporation released the announced a return of Hololive Night in Taiwan, following the overwhelming 2025 collaboration. Expanded 4 event days across 2 home venues. Year celebrations will take place at Tianmu Baseball Stadium. Taipei Dome on 2 days, July 4th and 5th, is Tianmu, and 21st to 22nd is Taipei Dome. Looks like this year they're probably not doing the Dodger Night. It's fine. I mean, you have to be able to expand to different areas. It's going to be, they usually have a pretty immersive experience. They have the either singing the chant for the baseball team or whatever. They do commemorative giveaways, wide range of collaborative merchandise. Will once again bring together baseball fans and Hololive production fans for a unique crossover experience. 5 talents: Hosho Marin, Hakui Koyori, Takanashi Kiara, Hakos Bales, Kikiara Vivi are going to be a part of it. They're going to do the Wei Chuan Dragons theme songs, including Run and Roar and Fei Long Chen Yun, Flying Dragon Riding in the Clouds, as well as exclusive stadium content such as safety announcements. So it's going to be full-on experience. It's going to be entirely full-on experience with merch and them doing, officiating a lot of the ceremony and things like that. It's going to be great. The Wei Chuan Dragons have had this, like I mentioned before, last year in the 2025, and I'm glad that they're continuing to do this at the very least in some way with baseball. Tsukumo Sana was a female English-speaking VTuber that was a part of Hololive EN Council, one of the original members of Council. She did end up having to retire from streaming in July 2022 because she had back issues. She had severe pain with it. She wasn't able to sit for a very long time, that type of thing. But people never forgot. And this is what I mean. Happy birthday, Astro Girl. And of course, a shout out to all the Sanalites out there. I worked on a huge pixel piece to celebrate Sana, but I messed up and deleted my work file. 18 hours of work gone, so I'm posting this in oldie. I do better next year, I promise. And this is, her just having some large cake. Huge cake. We have here Halloween, Gala X Illist, as people are celebrating her birthday. That was June 10th. Thanks for bringing up good old memories. Happy birthday, Sana. We still love you and will never forget you. We all love Sana and always be eternal. Love your art on the Hololive Girls. They're all great fun. Oh yeah, she is an artist. So she is commissioned sometimes by Hololive to do some art for them. And here we go. How rare and beautiful it is to even exist. And, Sana hugging someone in space, hugging an astronaut in space. Gala illustration, so pretty, beautiful, sometimes quite painful, but still, you are right. Let's keep living big. She is the big space woman. So yeah, it is amazing how many lives she's touched in the time that she was in Hololive. She's still going on and doing her own thing in her own life as, I believe, Nami. And she is still an artist, but it is great to see that she did touch so many lives, and people still have not forgotten her. Leave it! Fuck! You've done 0 damage to him. You need to do damage to him. These people are fucking... They are absolutely masochists. They are masochists. I have gotten into the masochist lobby. I legit got into a masochist lobby. Dracula is gonna be sucking on you, sucking you dry, sucking you deep and hard and everything, as you could say, until you have lost every single one of your goddamn things. You don't know this yet, do you? God, you guys are gluttons for punishment. You guys are absolutely masochists. Masochists, the lot of you. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.